Hello friends and welcome to Cozy Leaf Club, a cozy corner on the internet for indoor plant lovers and hopefully outdoors in the future. Today's video isn't much of a plant show and tell, but it's talking about all of the things that I'm going to get rid of or things that I'm avoiding to have the most whimsical indoor garden of my dreams. Yes, I do have a list and here it is. Got it. I did write a list and I did title it plant/planty things I am weeding out, just to make it more either convenient or aesthetically pleasing. I'm not going to ask you to like the video now because it hasn't started yet, but if you reach the end of the video and you enjoyed it, it would mean a lot if you like the video and share it with all of your planty friends. It's funny that I put this one first because it's not the one that I'm the most strong about, and that's anthuriums, specifically like the not really the strappy leaf ones because that one I've been fine with, but just anthuriums that are prone to crisping. Now I have, I think, 5 anthurium right now. 2 of them are strappy, one's a belanoanum, and then the other 2, oh, I think I have 6. Sorry, I'm just trying to count in my head. I have 2 clarinervium, a huge crystallinum, and a belanoanum, a veterifolium, and then a baccarii, a baby one. And with my clarinervium and the crystallinum, they crisp up so easily, and they're a bit finicky. And granted, I would say mine aren't the crispiest, and anthurium is prone to be in an indoor house setting, but from what I've seen in other videos or like online, also sometimes like in stores or when they're on sale, is that they look very crispy and they look very like half-eaten. I originally didn't want to have any anthuriums just because I heard that they were more finicky, but of the ones that I have, they were either very pretty or a good deal or both. So I did end up getting them. But I have noticed, especially with my big one, I'll actually show it to you because it's right here. This is my anthurium crystallinum. It is lovely and big. No effort to me. I bought it because it was this big and mature. It did have a bigger leaf, a newer emergent leaf when I bought it, but I since cut it because I accidentally burnt the leaf and then it just became so crispy and hideous. I have slowly but surely been cutting away at some of the crispy bits of this anthurium. It is very beautiful. I don't think I'll part with it because it's such a stunning plant. The crispy bits make me feel sad. So the crispy bits of anthuriums I personally think are not the best aesthetically looking, and if most of the time the anthurium is gonna look that way, I would rather not have it and then rather save space and money for something that's not going to look crispy all of the time. The problem is like when you buy it, obviously it's in the best condition ever because it's in like a greenhouse where it's growing in the best like conditions and all of that stuff, but then it comes here and then it starts to crisp up and stuff. I don't know, I just feel like it's too much drama for not a lot of reward. Granted, if I had the best setup for anthuriums, like a mini greenhouse and stuff where like its leaves don't have little moisture in the air when they're growing and they don't end up crisping, then maybe, but I personally don't want to deal with any of that, and I don't have the space for it. So right now my anthuriums are living in ambient conditions. There is a humidifier. Actually, my crystallinum is right next to the humidifier, and that's all I am willing to give. So for the most part, I don't think I'll be having, or I won't be buying any other anthuriums like those ones in the future. I will definitely never ever buy a Rockrianum. Ever. I'm gonna save myself the heartache. My veterifolium has been doing absolutely wonderful. Also my baccarii. As for my belanoanum, I haven't had it long enough to see. I've noticed the edges have crisped a little, but I think it's doing better. So those ones are fine. But as for like, I don't see myself getting all the pretty other ones because I know I'm never going to want to have the conditions to make it look great. Because personally for me, I would like a home space to not look like a warehouse or like a greenhouse. So I don't see myself ever having like a greenhouse per se. I'd rather have all my plants out in ambient, and so I'm just gonna put all of my resources to plants that will thrive in such conditions. So the next thing I am weeding out so that I can have the most whimsical indoor garden of my dreams is moss poles. Moss poles and then like basic poles, which is currently what I'm stuck with right now because I can't find really cool looking trellises anywhere. So if you are based in South Africa, please let me know where you get your trellises from. If you have a store name or whatever, like I'm willing to buy it online. I can't find it anywhere. As for moss pole, I talked about it in my previous video. I have a Syngonium chilepens on a moss pole. I will show it to you, but I'm too lazy to go and get it right now. So you can watch my other video to see it. But that was my only attempt at having a moss pole. I do have a smaller frosted heart Syngonium on a moss pole as well. Quite frankly, I really don't like how they look, and so I probably will towards the end of the year when it gets warmer again take them off of those poles and then put them on a plank or a trellis or some like driftwood or something, because I just really do not like them. It was an experience to try them and I'm glad I tried them, but I would rather not have them anymore. I looked after them for all of maybe a month and then got lazy and stopped doing all of that nonsense to keep it moist. That's not nonsense, I'm just joking around. I'd rather not. I don't think it looks the best, and then if you don't water it, which majority of people who don't like moss poles will end up doing, the moss gets everywhere and I just don't want to deal with that. I feel like it's also more pricey than just having a stick, because then you have to extend it, buy more moss for it and all of that stuff and keep it moist, so I'd rather not. The problem is though, my other option is to put them onto garden stakes, or now I have a lot of stuff on bamboo sticks, but I want something more visually pleasing, and that's the thing that I've been trying to like explore right now. And I've been going to different stores to see maybe if I can DIY it and stuff. But I just really want more interesting trellises or stuff that I could put things on, because a lot of the plants that I have are climbing or vining, and so I want to put them on something. I don't know, preferably something that's standalone and not something you put into the wall. I'm looking around and I feel like it would look a lot more cuter if the stakes and stuff were more thought through, but for a lot of it, it's bamboo sticks. I also use a lot of chopsticks, so for like budget friendliness, these are great, because what I've done for a lot of them is I've just used, and I can show you actually, like for example, this is my Syngonium mojito. I used a chopstick for support because it's still small and it works. It was free, but I still want something that looks pretty. So this is my plea. Please let me know if you're in South Africa. Let me know where you get your trellises from. If you're overseas, also please feel free to put it there and down below, and then maybe I can see if like the shipping cost to get it this side isn't that egregious, because I'm getting desperate right now. I'm getting so desperate. I don't see cute trellises in the stores. I only see the plastic ones and I want something better. The next thing that I am weeding out, or I have weeded out a lot, is problematic plants. The one that comes to mind was most recently I had a huge, lovely, flourishing Cebu blue pothos, and those who've had a Cebu blue pothos probably know how lovely a Cebu blue pothos is. There was a time I planted some propagations back into the same pot and I thought I really didn't do anything wrong, but from then the whole thing just died on me. It was dropping leaves left, right, and center. Everything was going yellow. I checked again, it had root rot, and then I replanted it. I tried fixing it. It was just causing me a headache. And every single cutting, every like smaller plant from that pot that I tried saving just continued to get yellow. And so I threw pretty much everything Oh wait, it hurt a lot because that was one of my first like really thriving full plants that I've had. But it just was giving me a headache. It just made me sad to look at because there was always like 3 yellow leaves at any given moment. But yeah, a huge weight off my shoulder. I still do have some cuttings and sphagnum moss, and I think I have one baby propagation that seems to be doing well. Yeah, I think it's just one. Actually, I recently got a Hoya polynera, a very small one, and I showed it to you in a previous video, I'm pretty sure. I saw mealybugs on it recently. Its leaves were looking patchy and like something was going on. I squinted closer and I saw mealybugs. Mind you, I was so tempted to just throw the thing out because it was small and I wanted to count my losses. But yeah, I just started some aggressive isopropyl alcohol treatment to get rid of that, and if it doesn't work, I am going to throw it away. I was very tempted to, but I was like, you know what, let me try. But yeah, I'm just trying not to hold on to plants that much, especially ones that don't give me joy. For the most part, I think everything I have now is pretty fine. I've thrown away quite a bunch of plants recently that were not thriving. You know what, I can enjoy it for the joy it gave me in a moment and not hold on to it. I feel like it's a life lesson in itself, but it was just making everything look ugly. I feel like a non-thriving plant, it just takes one to make everything feel so ugh, and I'm trying not to do that. So there was like a reel that I saw a while back that was like, sometimes you need to treat your plants like flowers and accept if they die or if their time is up, it's time for them to go. And I'm embracing that a lot more now. It is a lot more freeing to actually look at things that I do like and not at things that make me feel bleh. The next thing that I am avoiding to have my personal whimsical indoor dream garden is overly expensive plants and overly rare plants. In South Africa, there are actually quite a lot of smaller local nurseries that do have or offer a lot of rare plants and stuff like that. There's also expos and stuff like that. So I've gotten quite a lot of rare indoor plants or tropical plants. But having said that, I have never really gotten like a stupidly expensive plant or like an extremely rare plant, if that makes sense. The most I can think of, Anthurium vitarifolium, I think might be the like most length I've gone to get a plant, because that one was shipped in from Thailand. But then again, that was through like a local nursery. Other than that, I don't have like any like newer mutation. I want to be, for the most part, okay with a plant dying and not thinking that like I just have seen thousands and thousands of rand go down the drain. Also, I feel like more rare special plants require more care, and I'm trying to look for the easiest plants that are still pretty, hence why I go for more like syngoniums and philodendron, or at least some of the philodendron, some of the like easier side of philodendrons and pothos and stuff like that, because honestly a huge part of enjoying my indoor garden is for it to be easy, and the rare ones just look like a challenge that I do not want to keep. The other side of things is that I really want to be able to like travel a lot and not have to worry whether a plant is actively dying because I'm not there looking after it, making sure it has like everything in tip-top shape. A lot of things considered, I just rather would like to be on the budget-friendly side of plant collecting. And so some of my plants probably won't be like the most impressive, but I think because what I want is for like a collective garden of sorts, it doesn't really matter what each individual thing is, that they're like the most expensive thing on earth. So I probably won't get a devil monster anytime soon, or a bulbasaur, or a pink variegated alocasia, blah 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 blah, but if it helps me sleep at night, I think that what I am creating is still it's still something that I really love without it costing an arm, a leg, a car, a house. The last things that I am avoiding are just plants in general, so we'll speed run through this just because I feel like I've yapped for so long, but because everything is pretty much straightforward. So the first thing that I'm avoiding like the plague are alocasias. Tried it once. I still have my Friedic. I love my Friedic. It is stunning. Never again. That thing got spider mites so quickly, and it still actively has spider mites. I've just come to terms with the fact that it will always have spider mites. That's why she has her own designated spot far away from everybody else. But I've just heard that like most alocasias are spider magnets, and you know, I don't want to deal with that at all. I think they're a bit more pickier. They're fine if you get their care, but you know, that kind of effort, and also the fact that they draw pests, it's a no for me. I will enjoy it anywhere else. Other than that, I avoid them like the plague. Next one is any plants with very thin leaves. I don't want things that can not withhold me accidentally forgetting to water it. Like I said, I would like to be more mobile and be able to like leave the house and not have to worry about these. But thinner leaves means like more finicky care. It has to be watered more constantly, and I'd rather be able to roughly water everything at around the same time, or at least like sections of plants at the same time. I just don't want something that's gonna demand more of me. The thinnest I have leaf wise are probably like my syngoniums and stuff. They're doing fine, but anything else, no. And I prefer a sturdy leaf. Personally, I like a sturdy leafed philodendron or like a Hoya. I just feel like it adds weight and adds something than like a thinner. Like I will never ever have a palm. I forget what it's called, those majestic palms or whatever. No. The next one is a peperomia, and this one is because time and time again, this is the one that I keep coming to even though I know I just can't take care of them. I have a peperomia hope in that corner. I don't know if you can see it. It was the biggest one I found in a while. That's why I bought it, and it was quite cheap for the size it is. I accidentally overwatered it once, and like 4 vines just fell off. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I've always been bitten in the butt by peperomias, so never again. I have a baby maculosa that, knock on wood, seems to be doing better now, and I actually think I have 4 peperomias, one outside that's on its way out as well. But yeah, they're pretty, but if they just are going to always die, it's not going to be a whimsical time. Similarly, string of things. I bought a string of tears or a string of dolphins. I think it's a string of tears that's outside. Found out they're indigenous to South Africa, so that was great. It has been crusty since day 2 that it's been in my care. Right now it's actually, knock on wood, doing okay, and I think we're out of the woods because it has bloomed quite a bit actually. However, I don't see myself getting another string of things. They just seem a lot more finicky than I thought they were gonna be. So yeah, we're saying goodbye to that one. And then the last thing are begonias. I have one begonia. I can actually show it to you. Actually, should I show it to you? I'll show it to you with the nerd. This is my one and only begonia maculata. Yes, begonia maculata. Angel wing cane begonia. Oi, we have gone through so many downs. I can't even say up and downs, just downs. Yeah, it's been through a lot, and even now it's down to like its last few twigs. Yeah, I thought I was going to be a begonia person. I fell in love with begonias very quickly and then fell out of love with begonias quickly. Yeah, no, I don't get their care. It's not gonna happen. It's just gonna always look sad here unless I get a more established one, but even then I don't think this plant also matches the aesthetic. I'm only keeping this one because I'm surprised it's lasted this long and I want to see how long it's going to continue for. But other than that, it's a no for me. I will happily enjoy begonias from the garden center, from other people's collections, not mine. Yeah, it's not happening. But so yeah, those are all of the things that I am doing / avoiding to have a more whimsical indoor garden experience. Most of all right now, I am focusing on efficiency, cost effectiveness, and also things that match my interests and not just like the latest trending thing. I'm trying to avoid trends. I actually don't think I've ever hopped onto any plant trend per se because I came into this very new. So I just saw things that I liked and started there. And it's been great because for the most part, my tastes are cheaper and that works for me. But yeah, let me know anything that you avoid like the plague or you do to tailor your own planty experience. And please, please, please let me know if you're in South Africa. Where the heck do you get your plant accessories and your trellises and stuff? Because I'm desperate. A girl is desperate. It's not on Take-A-Lot. It's not on Amazon. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to end off this video here and say thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, make sure to share this with all of your planty friends and I'll see you in the next one.